Good morning and welcome to day number 4 of my big crochet commission. This morning my son is playing soccer. He has a game, and when we were driving here he actually asked me, oh wait, did they just score? Oh, that was the opposing team. But yes, when we were driving here he asked me, Mommy, did you bring your yarn so you can crochet while waiting for me? And yes, of course I did bring along my yarn, and this is the beginning of the scarf number 3. This is a simple pattern with only one row repeat, and the stitches here are only double crochets and chains. And I already have a video tutorial for it on my channel. I will put the link in the description box below. Okay, so that little piece that I showed you a second ago, I frogged it and I started all over, adding one more pattern repeat, because if you watched my previous video you already know that I made that mistake and I had to frog half of the scarf. So hopefully with this one I won't have to do the same thing. The game is over now and we lost, but I do have a good beginning of the scarf number 3. And here are the pictures of the previous 2 scarves. I wanted to take pictures of these scarves on a mannequin to show you how the scarves drape. I think they look quite lovely. In my previous video, I was sharing my story how 10 years ago I started my blog, lacycrochet.blogspot.com. It started as a way for me to display the pictures of the doilies that I was making, and back then I didn't understand crochet terminology in English, but with time I learned, and eventually I started writing my own patterns and sharing them on my blog. And then I arrived to the point where those free patterns from my blog with the pictures of my work started popping up on Etsy and eBay, and they were sold not by me but by other people. I was quite upset about that, and I wasn't really angry, but I felt hurt. I was upset to the point that I considered completely deleting my blog, but I'm so glad I didn't do it. And about a week later I got over it and I told myself, well, if other people believe that my patterns are good enough to be sold, I should believe that too. I should have that confidence that my work is worth to be paid for. And that was that push and that motivation for me to start my own Etsy shop where I sell my crochet patterns. So in 2014 I started selling my patterns online on Etsy, and that was my baby blankets and baby hats era. I really enjoyed making baby blankets, and it seemed like there was a good demand for patterns for baby hats and baby blankets, and I especially liked making matching sets. I would make a blanket and then I would use the same stitch, I would adjust it to be crocheted in the round, and I would make a matching baby hat. And when it comes to the patterns that I was creating back then, I really had 2 goals in mind. I wanted to create an item that looked beautiful and maybe even difficult to crochet, but in reality was easy, because I wanted an average crocheter or an advanced beginner to be able to make those items. And I also was constantly thinking, how can I write a pattern so it would be easy to follow and easy to understand? And I think I developed my own way of writing patterns, which was in some way based on those vintage doily patterns that I learned from, but also I believe I kind of developed my own style, and the customers of my shop seem to like it and seem to be comfortable with it, and I have so many returning customers who come over and over and over and buy all of my patterns, and I'm very, very grateful for that. And I think another thing that helped my Etsy shop grow was the fact that in each and every listing I say, if you have trouble with this pattern, if you have any questions about this pattern, just send me a message and I'll be there to help you. And I gave that promise to my customers in 2014, and I stay true to it to this day. And I try to reply to all the messages I get within the same day, but sometimes life gets in the way. One of my kids gets sick, or I get sick, or something else happens. But overall, I really do try to help my customers, my clients, as much as I can. And some people have told me that the prices in my shop are too high, and if I were to lower the prices, I would make more sales. And I considered that and decided that that's not what I want to do. I'd rather make fewer sales and be able to help each and every customer who reaches out to me, rather than keeping the prices low and making lots and lots of sales and be like, okay, you got the pattern, I got your money, you are on your own now, good luck. I don't think I can help all of you. So yes, I'd rather make fewer sales and have that close relationship with my customers and be there for them and be able to help them when they need help, rather than make more sales. And I know that many of you who watch my YouTube channel also buy my crochet patterns, and once again I want to say a huge thank you, but also remember, you can always reach out to me and ask for help. If you are stuck on the pattern, I'll be there for you and I'll do my best to help. And here is half the scarf finished. I'm about to attach the second ball of yarn. I'm not gonna make fringe on this scarf because there won't be enough yarn for the fringe, but I think it's gonna look quite lovely without the fringe. And here is the finished scarf. This scarf was quite easy and quick to crochet. Here is a label for it, and now I can put it on the pile of the finished scarves.